one area of concern was addressed today by the Green Bay Packers, although I still think they have more work to do. And I feel like this is just kind of a placeholder. So if they don't find the guy that they want in the draft, if they don't get the guy they want in the draft, they can at least say, hey, we have someone who can be the number one receiver on our depth chart while we continue to try to figure that out. And I'm referring to the agreement that will send receiver Sammy Watkins to the Packers on a 1-year, $4 million deal, which clearly cries out not a number one receiver. As the market inches toward $30 million per year for top receivers, here's Sammy Watkins at $4 million, and for good reason. Career has been wildly inconsistent. Remember everything the Bills gave up back in 2014 to get him when they could have stayed where they were and had Odell Beckham Jr., or Aaron Donald for that matter. And Sammy Watkins has just never. And I think when you enter the NFL with that kind of burden of expectation, it makes it difficult to be the guy that you can be. But at least it's someone that they can say, all right, we've got our safety net. Now we can see who we get in the draft. Because one of the fascinating wrinkles of the draft, you've got the Packers with a pair of first-round picks, you got the Chiefs with a pair of first-round picks, and they both are looking for a receiver, and they both may decide that they want the same guy, and only one of them is going to get him. So former Chief and Bill and Raven, and I think that's the full list. Sammy Watkins is now a member of the Green Bay Packers, but I think they still have more work to do.
Yeah, in the last 4 seasons, Mike, the problem with him is he can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. He's missed 19 games and scored 5 touchdowns. So, yeah, they're not getting a number one receiver. This guy looks like he's on the backside of his career, even at 28 years old. He just hasn't played that well. Career lows last season, all the way down the board, just can't stay on the field. And he had, by the way, he had a ton of drops. He had one of the lowest catch percentages in the NFL last season, so just really hasn't gotten it done here lately. Now, he's going to play with a pretty darn good quarterback, the best quarterback maybe he's ever played with. Patrick Mahomes obviously has been really, really good. So he's going to have a chance to kind of revive that career now because they are going to be counting on him. But I'm with you. They're definitely going to use a first-round pick on a receiver. The question is, who do they end up with? And you're right. The Chiefs could also want that same receiver, so there could be a process there where one of them has to trade up to try to get the receiver they want. So we'll see how that plays out. But I expect them to draft, Mike, more than one receiver, one in the first round, and I think they'll get more than that. And, hey, by the way, there's still some really good veteran receivers out there and probably will be more out there after the draft. They're going to sign another veteran receiver or two as well.
Here's what I'm curious about. What does Aaron Rodgers think of Sammy Watkins? Because we know he did the Veruca Salt routine to get Randall Cobb back last year. And we know that he has said publicly, hey, I don't like being treated like a mere employee. I've been here 15 years. I would like them to take advantage of my experience, my knowledge, my expertise. And they should, by the way. I've been saying time and again, Aaron, I'm on your side with this, pal. I've been saying time and again. I'm just trying to get him not to throw a football at me if he ever sees me anywhere, but because we know he will throw a football at you and just miss you. But I digress. I think they should have him involved in scouting the incoming class of receivers. They should let him give his input on what he likes, what he doesn't like, where he thinks it'll work, where it may not work, all of those sorts of things to come to the conclusion as to whether or not the guys they target are the guys that he wants. So I want to know, did he want Sammy Watkins? Did they ask him about Sammy Watkins? Does he have a preconceived notion of Sammy Watkins based upon guys he knows around the league who say, yeah, you know, Sammy's all right, but this, but that? Because there has to be a but something to explain why Sammy Watkins is available in the middle of April for 1 year, $4 million. So I want to know how involved he is in this because he's not going to be there for the offseason program. He better feel good about who the options are when training camp rolls around, Charean, because there's going to be a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it in. And if he doesn't click with these guys, whoever they are, it's going to be hard to get everybody ready to go week 1, and that's going to make it harder for the Packers to be as good as they need to be.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he's not showing up for the offseason program based on where they are at the receiver position. But they better be having some workouts on their own that Aaron Rodgers leads before training camp even starts, and then training camp's going to be big for them. I mean, they're going to have to put in a lot of work and probably some overtime to really get to know each other because, He's going to have a ton of new receivers on this team, Mike, and he's not going to have Devontae Adams to lean on anymore.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.